This is the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team getting set to match up with a very formidable opponent. Alongside Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, this crowd is hyped, and you look at their guys coming in. They appear to be fired up and ready to go. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be a good one.
And these two teams have gotten a chance to know each other pretty well over this series. It's been a gruesome one so far, very tightly contested. But now, it can boil down to the best of three, which makes tonight's Game 5 a pivotal one.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And for the money Crab got, he better be a professional scorer, getting it done the hard way.
To Jaylen Brown. There's the toss. Flushes down the slam. Jay, they make it look so easy.
Yeah, but it's really not that easy. And as a passer, if your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
Durant to Allen Crabbe. Irving buries it on the catch and shoot. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion. And it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance. And in their mind, they do. But in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. To Allen Crabbe. Sizing up the defense. Knocks it down off the step back.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Parker into the front court. They're down 3. To Marcus Smart. There it is, Al Horford. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this. The legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
The screen sets him up for 2.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Drummond. Shot from the lane won't go. Jason Tatum swats it. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Jason Tatum. Griffin. Ball's controlled by Boston. Work it down to Brown. Had a chance, but it's no good. Here comes the screen. To Durant. The jumper's off the mark. Curling inside. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Marcus Smart, couple of free throws on the way. Shoots it at 75% for his career. First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. To Allen Crabbe. Probing the defense. Durant. Second effort. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
To Jaylen Brown. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Has a chance. Griffin to Allen Crabbe. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Celtics have it. Parker to Marcus Smart. Surveys the floor. Fires the three. His first effort off the mark. Into the front court, it's Irving. Up by 3. To Griffin. Durant. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Nice pass to set things up. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Griffin to Irving. To Griffin. Able to convert inside.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Brown with it up top. Down 3. To Marcus Smart. A drive to the basket. But
out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Drummond. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. The big fella, Andre Drummond. 3 for 6 now.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Cruises inside for 2.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Now the Nets going to take a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Crabbe with a shot off the mark. Done. To Marcus Smart. Andre Drummond with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Brooklyn with the basketball. Has a look. Shot misses there by Crabbe. To Chris Dunn. And his Cantor above the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Irving. Parker with it. Down by 1. To Chris Dunn. Here comes the screen. To Cantor. Throws it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
short jumper misses. To Parker. To Marcus Smart. Turn around, it's good.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Griffin to Allen Crabbe. Drummond to Irving. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go.
Woo, I'm telling you right now, he will not get a better look than that right there the rest of the night.
To Horford. Won't go. Kyrie with the rock. To Drummond. From the painted area, won't go down. To Horford. Andre Drummond pins it. That's his third block this evening.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref's big, and that's the game.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Crabbe trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. And the free throw is good. 3 points on that trip. Nets have it. Aldridge to Simmons. Defense making the ball carrier work. Celtics have it.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
To Cantor. And finishes strong. Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Simmons to Aldridge. Celtics able to clear the board. Brown into the front court. Lead is 2. To Marcus Smart. Nothing going here on that drive. To Marcus Smart. 4-3. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Marcus Smart. He's going to get 3 shots here. He's perfect from the line so far. And he connects on the first free throw. Second and 3. Got it. Three for 3. Nice. Simmons into the front court. Down 5. Seth Curry to Aldridge. Rises for the slam.
Had a difficult first quarter. Couldn't really find his rhythm, but you got 3 more left to play.
Celtics have it. To Chris Dunn. Takes stock of the floor. To Cantor. And throws it down. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Seth Curry to Simmons. Here comes the screen. It's Boston with the rebound. Good. Off a spin.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Here's Simmons with it up top. They trail by 7. Doesn't have the touch. No good. 1 quarter in the books here in game number 5. Jay and I are back after this. It's the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. To Jaylen Brown. Scores from the post.
Woo! Did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Into the front court comes Simmons. His team down 9. Short jumper off the mark.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Brooklyn's got it. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. He throws it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Brown with it up top. It's a 9-point lead. Cantor to Parker. To Marcus Smart. Parker. Gets it in the left corner. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim. No good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Celtics keep possession. To Cantor. Whoa! What a finish! That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Here comes the screen. Durant to Simmons. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. To Simmons. Has a chance. Add 2 points to the board.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
To Cantor. Gets it in the right corner. Knocks it down from mid-range.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
To Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
To Marcus Smart. Goes to the right side. And it's Simmons with the rebound. Nets have the basketball.
I got ball.
Simmons to Aldridge. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Timeout Boston. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Can't connect. Simmons with it. 5-point game to Aldridge. Short jumper won't go down.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
KD with the rock. Down low, Aldridge. With a drop step. LaMarcus Aldridge. He's now 4 for 6.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Parker into the front court. Up 5. Nothing going here on that drive. Parker to Jaylen Brown. Tatum. Off the mark. No good. Seth Curry to Aldridge. Spins and scores.
We got to tell our producer in the truck, you got to tag that highlight.
To Jaylen Brown. Parker to Jaylen Brown. Has a look. And he hits.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
It's Brooklyn's ball. Simmons down low, Aldridge. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Simmons to Aldridge. Gets to the basket and scores.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug in the park.
Parker. Baseline drive. Tatum. Short jumper. Won't fall.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
To Aldridge. Trying to cash in. Shot by Curry, no good. To Horford. Oh, emphatic slam.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Durant to Aldridge. Durant to Aldridge. Jason Tatum. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
Aldridge. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Durant. Textbook defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Horford. To Marcus Smart. Nothing going here on that drive. Jumper's good.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Durant across the timeline. Right now, down 7. And that one out of bounds off a net. Boston with the basketball. To Parker. To Marcus Smart. Oh, pass stolen by the Nets. Deep left corner. Oh, big finish at the rim.
One of the best in the biz right there. Maybe the best.
Brown into the front court. Leads 5. Horford to Marcus Smart. Deep right corner. And stuffs it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Pass taken away by the Celtics.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Kyrie across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Allen Crabbe. Time to shuffle things up. Ball's controlled by Boston. To Parker. Driving right to the basket. Kyrie Irving with a piece.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Allen Crabbe. Irving to Aldridge. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Horford. Yes, and a foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref's bit, and that's the game.
Jaylen Brown at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 65% free throw shooter. Brown's free throw good. And the Celtics add one more to their lead. Kevin Durant has it. To Aldridge. Durant. To Aldridge. Durant. And he stuffs it down. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
Parker to Marcus Smart. Can't connect from in close. Durant with the basketball up top. Now down 6. And that one out of bounds off a net. Scores. Late heave to beat the buzzer. We have reached the break in this pivotal Game 5. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Celtics are in a close game thus far. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaky. Have a look at the leading scores for the Boston Celtics. These are the guys getting buckets for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Bench points.
The coaches are getting the kind of bench production that can make for some interesting rotations. Keep an eye on the substitution patterns in the second half.
Player of the half.
Marcus Smart was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half, and I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
With that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Kevin Durant with the rock. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Brown with it up top. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. To Marcus Smart. Here's a chance from long range. Smart is tough. He loves those kinds of shots.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
They'll get it to Durant. Kevin Durant, 3 for 6 now.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Has a chance. Brown shot, no good. Here's Irving into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Marcus Smart trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. The free throw good. Cashes in on the three-point play. The lead now stands at 10. KD with the rock to Allen Crabbe. Short jumper stays out. Brown into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
Parker with it. Up a dozen. To Jaylen Brown. From the outside, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Durant to Aldridge. And a throwdown. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
To Horford. Tatum. Not that time. He missed it. Brooklyn with the basketball. Irving to Drummond. Shot from the lane won't go. Parker into the front court. Lead stands at 10. Fires the three. Good offense rules the day in this matchup. It's Jabari Parker with the jumper.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
To Drummond. Back to the basket. Substitution being made in this one. To Jaylen Brown. Goes to the left side. Boston with 4 to shoot to Marcus Smart. Lets it fly from long range. Oh, that's how it's done.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Durant to Drummond. Free throws coming up.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Kevin Durant. He's got 2 shots coming. Career 88% from the line. Knocks down the first. And he makes them both. Celtics have it. To Jaylen Brown. Probing the defense. Parker to Jaylen Brown. Fine to shoot. Shot clock violation. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. To Horford. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Add 2 points to the board.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Parker. To Brown. Down low. Short jumper off the mark. Griffin to Irving. Kyrie Irving. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
Nothing going here on that drive. Goes to the right side. To Jaylen Brown. No good.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chip.
Al Horford going to the line to shoot 2.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Irving with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
To Horford. Parker. That no good. Off the mark. To Irving. Celtics have it. It's blocked.
You see, that's why you never give up on the play, Ed. You always stay in the game.
Reminiscent of LeBron on Iguodala. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. To Parker. Over to the right side. The screen sets him up for two.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Simmons with it. Trailing by 15. Not that time. To Cantor.
The NBA playoffs 2022 round games and highlights will be coming up next on Sports Action Infinity
Can't miss
22.
those. Has a look. Griffin's shot won't go. Short jumper won't go down. Seth Curry to Simmons. Here comes the screen. Horford to Cantor. And it's Cantor. The defense is really going to have to start paying attention. He's 5 for 5 for the field.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Simmons to Griffin. Short jumper won't fall. Trying to cash in. Got it to go on the step back. Jay, he found a way.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Simmons. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out. Parker with it. His guys holding the big lead. Horford to Marcus Smart. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
The NBA playoffs 2022 round game 5 matchup will be coming up next. Seed 2 Memphis Grizzlies, Seed 7 Minnesota Timberwolves.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Simmons to Aldridge. Down to Griffin. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Seth Curry, they go down low to Simmons. Oh, had him going there for a second.
The NBA playoffs 2022 round game 5 matchup will be coming up next. Seed 6 Denver Nuggets, Seed 3 Golden State Warriors.
12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
To Parker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Parker into the front court. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. To Marcus Smart. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And so many players, when they come into the paint, they come in with that soft approach. He didn't come in soft at all. He came in with aggression, and he went through the defender. Through, not around. That's key.
Chris Dunn at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 69% at the line. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Simmons into the front court. He'll run the offense. Durant to Aldridge. Has a chance. Scores from the post.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
Durant across the timeline. Down a bundle. Kevin Durant, 4 out of 7.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
The NBA Playoffs 2022 round Game 5 matchup will be coming up next. Seed 8 New Orleans, Seed 1 Phoenix Suns.
Won't go. 3 quarters down, the Celtics own a comfortable lead. Basketball here as we start the fourth quarter, and they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ball game, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Celtics have it. Dunn. Work it down to Brown. To Cantor. Almost unlucky bounce. Here's Simmons with it up top. His guys down big. Durant. Down low, Aldridge. To Durant. Off the assist.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
To Jaylen Brown. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. To Horford. Beyond the arc for 3. Great defense, forcing the miss. Durant with the basketball up top. Looking to make something happen. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Kevin Durant trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good for the three-point play. It's back to a 14-point game. To Jaylen Brown. And a bad pass pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
For Durant, down low. Big finish at the rim.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine, and you call it a day.
Boston with the basketball. To Marcus Smart. Sizing up the defense. Horford. Here comes the screen. To Marcus Smart. Has a look. It's good.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And a pass stolen by Boston. To Marcus Smart. That's rebounded by Brooklyn. Griffin to Allen Crabbe. To Griffin. Here comes the screen. Durant to Griffin. From long range. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Blake Griffin is going to get a chance at 3 here. For his career, 68%. First free throw is good. Missed the middle one. One more coming.
The NBA Playoffs 2022-1 round Game 6 matchup will be coming up next on Sports Action Infinity. 2-2 seed 5 Utah Jazz, seed 4 Dallas Maverick.
To Parker. Second violation. Durant to Allen Crabbe. Durant, deep left corner. To Drummond. The big fella, Andre Drummond, now 4 for 9.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Jaylen Brown. Trying to cash in, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, That's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Parker. Goes reverse to lay it in.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Irving to Allen Crabbe. Has a chance. Crabbe with a shot off the mark.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Won't go. He needs some luck on his side, given how they're defending.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Here comes the screen. Durant to Drummond. The drive, right to the basket. Shot from in close, no good. Parker with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. Finish that. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. To Jaylen Brown. To Parker. Has a look. Shot by Tatum won't fall. To Irving. Screen coming. Kevin Durant lets it fly. It's rebounded by the Celtics. Runners good there.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Short jumper misses. To Parker. And stuffs it down. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Jabari Parker rocking the rim.
And that transition offense was flawless. When guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Al Horford tips it. That's his third block this evening. Ball's controlled by Boston.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
To Parker. That's usually one that he'll knock down. Knocked loose. Celtics have it. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. To Durant. The Nets now with 4 to shoot to Allen Crabbe. For 3, no good. That's great defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Jaylen Brown. Allen Crabbe rejects it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Griffin. Over to the right side. To Drummond. Fires the 3. Tough shot. No good for Allen Crabbe.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Gets it in the right corner. To Marcus Smart. Andre Drummond snatching it out of the air. 4th this contest. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
To Horford. The monster stuff.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Durant. Knocked loose. Celtics have it. It's a victory here for the Celtics. They've claimed the pivotal Game 5 to go up 3 games to 2 in this best-of-7 series. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
The EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics were solid in today's victory. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. Check out the leading scores for the Boston Celtics. It wasn't surprising to see this team on the losing end of this matchup. They weren't very good with their execution, and they suffered for it. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Assists.
The Boston Celtics showed off the kind of team chemistry that coaches love to see from their players. The more they moved the ball, it showed how much they trust each other. In the end, they got to win, and it looked like they had a great time doing it.
Player of the game.
Marcus Smart gets rewarded for the way he provided his teammates with plenty of easy baskets. His assist total is certainly indicative of his clever playmaking.
Who was gold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
behalf of Ed Coyne and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.